guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are having a great day so far. So I wanted to talk to you about something that I sometimes get the odd comment about or the odd question about, and that is drugstore makeup. Now I just want to apologise if I've not been clear with you or you've not realised, you know, what my stance is or where I stand or what my channel is and what I put on my channel and what my preferences are and all of that stuff. I've always felt like I've been really open and honest about what I use and don't and what I prefer and don't on my channel, but I still do get a lot of complaints about the amount of drugstore makeup I don't obviously use on my channel, and people criticising me for not using more drugstore / affordable makeup on my channel. So I thought I would just take this opportunity to sit down and clear up and clarify for anyone who's not sure, anyone who's been asking questions about why I don't use drugstore, why I don't use more of it, or requesting more affordable or drugstore options for you, so that just everybody is clear and then you can choose whether you still want to support me or whether my channel is for you or not. I feel like you should be able to make an informed choice based on what the situation is. I don't want people to keep on being disappointed in me or expecting something that is not going to appear on my channel a lot, and just really clarify to you why that is, I guess. So the first thing to say is I have nothing against drugstore makeup or affordable makeup, whatever you want to call it, at all. If you are someone who loves drugstore affordable makeup, or your budget just does not allow for, you know, the high-end luxury makeup prices, that is absolutely flipping fine. It is absolutely okay for everybody to have whatever budget they have or whatever preference they have, or to spend their own money however the heck they want. That is absolutely fine. I don't want anybody to think that I'm like slamming drugstore makeup or that I'm looking down on people who only use drugstore affordable makeup, etc. That is absolutely not the case at all. So I just want to put that out there, that if that is you, if that's all you want to use is drugstore affordable makeup, or you have, you know, a balance, or you invest in some affordable and some high-end, whatever your preference and choice and budget is none of my damn business, frankly. So when I started my channel, I never declared that I was going to be a solely high-end luxury makeup channel. I guess the reason being is that I just didn't really realise that I had to do that or I needed to do that. My channel is not what I would call my job. I'm not a professional, I'm not a makeup artist. I'm just someone who's sharing my love and passion of makeup with you. So I didn't think necessarily that I had to state this is the makeup that I'm going to feature on my channel, really. I just didn't know that I needed to do that, and I felt, I guess, like it was pretty clear that I almost like 99% of the time use high-end and luxury makeup with a very odd drugstore item here and there. And I think that's the main thing that I just want to get across, is that I don't necessarily want to completely rule out drugstore affordable products from my channel. But I also don't like being told that I have to include more, or for the sake of it throwing in drugstore all the time because people are pressuring me or telling me I should do that. My channel is literally a little glimpse into like my life, I guess, my preferences, what I'm buying, what I'm loving, what I'm enjoying, what I'm passionate about, and I'm in no way, I never ever want to fake that or pretend to be something or use products for the sake of it or use products to please other people or to gain a different audience. That's just not me at all. I just really want to share my honest self with you and my honest like setup and products and all of that stuff. So I have definitely done plenty of drugstore reviews in my time, lots of, you know, drugstore affordable foundations, things like that, mascaras that I'm excited about. But where I use drugstore or affordable products, the reason I've used them is because I've been genuinely interested or excited for that product. And I know that that is not that common, and it's like fairly unusual on my channel that that happens, but that is just my honest truth and my honest feeling, and that's how I kind of operate my channel. So I made a decision very early on when I started my channel that I was not going to make purchases that I would not have made if I did not have a channel, if that makes sense. So to put that in a more understandable language, I refuse to buy things solely for my channel. I'll do the odd thing here and there, but I'm not going to go out and buy stuff willy-nilly all over the place, throwing money down the drain on products that I wouldn't have picked up if I didn't have a YouTube. So what you get here is all the products that I wanted to purchase for one reason or another, either because there's lots of hype about it and I wanted to see for myself, or because I genuinely is excited about the item and think that I will enjoy it. I'm not about buying stuff to please other people, buying stuff for views, or buying stuff because I think it will get me a different audience or a bigger audience. I'm just trying to keep it real to myself and what I would have done, because I think you can get into some serious money problems that way. Like, obviously I would grow far quicker if I reviewed every single new release that came out, whether that be high-end, drugstore, affordable, luxury, whatever it was. My channel would be probably twice the size if I reviewed every new drugstore release that came out, but that's just not me. It's not what the stuff that I would have chosen to pick up if it's not something I was excited about or that I would have used in my collection. I don't agree with buying it for my channel, and I just want to be really careful and make sure that I'm not overspending on makeup that I don't want and won't use. The reason I prefer high-end and luxury makeup is solely just a personal preference. Like I said, it's no judgment on anybody else, it's my own personal preference. I find that with a lot of high-end products, it's actually more economical because you need less, you use less than you would a more affordable product. For example, I find a lot of the time with foundations, I can use one pump of my radial foundation, for example, to do a full face, full coverage, whereas with, say, my L'Oreal foundation that is also like a fuller coverage, I could use 4 or 5 pumps to get the same amount of coverage. So for me, there's definitely a lot of the time, not always, but for me it definitely comes across, or my opinion is, that a lot of products are more economical with the higher end brands. For example, my mascaras, I was a big fan of Maybelline's Lash Sensational for a long time, but I do find that it is like gone and dead within like 2 or 3 weeks. It has dried up, it's run out and I need a new one. Whereas my Mercier Big is good for several months. So although it's a few pounds more, it lasts me a lot longer, if that makes sense. That doesn't help you if you don't have, you know, at £21 to spend on a mascara. It does, like the fact that it's more economical. If you don't have £21 to spend on a mascara, you don't have the initial outlay. It doesn't really matter how economical it is. But for me, that's just something I've noticed. I definitely notice a quality difference between high-end and affordable. I definitely think a lot of the time, not always, but a lot of the time you do get what you pay for. And for me, makeup, like for lots of us, it's my treat, it's my thing. I don't buy handbags and shoes very often. I don't even go to the hairdressers. Like, none of that stuff is that important to me. I'm not having spa days and facials all the time. You know, for me, makeup is like the one thing that I really treat myself with, and that is like my special thing, that is very therapeutic and enjoyable for me. And a part of that is packaging. I know it shouldn't be, maybe, I don't know. To me, nothing is wrong in makeup, it's just what we love. And I love expensive, heavy feeling, chic packaging, which again, a lot of the time, that is what part of the difference in prices between drugstore affordable and high-end luxury is. You get this really expensive, glorious, beautiful packaging. And to me, that is all part of like what I enjoy using. So I find like the affordable makeup I have, I don't reach for, because it's all part of like the experience, the luxury, the treating yourself. Maybe it's even a bit of ASMR, I don't know. But I find that I really love beautiful, expensive, heavy, beautifully crafted packaging, and that's something that adds to the experience for me. I also find that with certain products I really struggle with shades. For affordable / drugstore products, foundations and concealers, it's almost impossible for me to find good matches. I have found a couple here and there, but I really struggle with affordable and drugstore brands as far as finding foundation and concealer matches for me, because I have olive undertone skin and I'm not in the sort of fair to light skin category, and I'm not in the sort of really deep or dark category, which is where a lot of affordable brands will split, you know, the majority of their shades, and that kind of medium to tanned category, I guess, is often really, really small and either very, very warm shades or cooler shades, and like none of them work on me. So that's something that, again, I find it's easier for me. I can get samples of high-end and luxury foundations and concealers, which I can't do with Drugstore. You either, like, you know, you can swipe it on the back of your hand under the terrible lighting in every shop in the UK, or, you know, you just have to purchase it and hope. And I've just so often really struggle with shades in the Drugstore. In the UK, we also, you know, a brand might put out 20 shades of foundation, but there'll be like 5 on the shelf for you to actually try or buy, unless you go and get them online. So that is a big issue in drugstores in the UK. I'm not sure about the US if you have that same issue, but they don't stock half of the shades as far as the affordable drugstore brands, because I guess there's just not the space on the shelves. The other issue I have in the UK with affordable brands is we are getting more of them, but I feel like the drugstore slash affordable brands that people are obsessed with in the US and people's, you know, really rave about the quality of them, a lot of them are not available here in the UK, or they're very expensive to get here, which kind of negates, you know, the point. So things like Colourpop, Physicians Formula, I believe, is on its way, but is not here yet. We've just got Flower Beauty. We don't have like Sephora's own brand that has a lot of more affordable stuff. We've just got Elf, and we've just got Wet n Wild. Again, Milani, all of these have come to the UK in the last year. Before that, we had a very limited number of really great drugstore brands in the UK. So again, the difference for me buying high-end versus our UK affordable drugstore brands, I didn't have as much of a choice of those more affordable brands. It's definitely getting better now in the last maybe year or so. There are definitely less affordable slash really good quality good drugstore brands in the UK, or there certainly were before the start of like 2018. So that's where I stand on it. I never wanted to get to a place where I was like, I'm never ever going to do drugstore or affordable makeup on my channel, because it does happen that, you know, every now and then there's something that comes out that I'm really genuinely excited about and I want to review. I know there are lots of channels who will just declare themselves as a luxury makeup channel or a high-end makeup channel, and obviously I could do that and just not do any affordable or drugstore makeup anymore, and that's an option. If you think that's what I should do, then let me know in the comments down below. That's what I've been thinking about doing, because honestly, to me, I get quite frustrated by people commenting, oh, well, I wish you did more drugstore, oh, like, there's nothing in here that's affordable, or why aren't you including anything affordable or drugstore? And the reason is I would never include things. If I'm doing like my favorite foundations, I would not include something if it wasn't genuinely in there. And that's just my opinion and my experience of the products. I'm only ever going to be honest with you guys. I'm never going to throw things in just because I want to, you know, please people within the affordable, you know, crowd, or get more views from the affordable crowd. I'm just being as honest with you of my experience and my preference of products. I don't want to get to a place where I'm feeling forced to keep buying affordable makeup, because even if it's affordable, it's not free. And if I wouldn't have bought it anyway, it's not really fair for me to feel pressured or feel like I'm being forced to buy makeup I wouldn't have bought to please other people because they have a different budget or a different priority or a different enjoyment or feeling about it. So that's what I'm going to say to you, is that if you are someone who wants, you know, there to be regular drugstore slash affordable makeup on the channel, this is probably not the channel for you. I have no plans to increase the amount of drugstore affordable makeup on my channel. And I know people sometimes will compare me to people like Tati, who does a lot of affordable makeup on her channel, or Kathleen Lights, who does a lot of affordable makeup on her channel. But again, remember that those people receive everything pretty much in PR, and if I was getting sent every single drugstore collection that came out, I guarantee you I would review it for you guys if you were telling me you were interested in it and I was being sent it. But to tell me I have to go out and buy a whole, you know, drugstore collection, or you need to review this because it's drugstore and we need more drugstore, and I wouldn't have spent my money on it anyway, is, to me, it's pretty unfair to expect me to spend my money on things that I wasn't genuinely excited or interested in trying for myself. So I hope that all makes sense. I hope that clears it up if you guys have been confused, because I haven't outright stated that I am only high-end channel, I'm only a luxury brand channel, because of the reasons that there are definitely things that I'm interested in, new releases, that I like to have the option to review something if it comes along. But I'm definitely open to doing that if you guys feel like it would just be better if I just did that and I'd never talked about drugstore or affordable on my channel, even if there was something that I've enjoyed or that I've liked or been drawn to. I'm definitely open to doing that if that's more helpful to you and you think that's more transparent. But yeah, I just want to clear that up, that I am a 95% lover and fan of high-end and luxury makeup, and I'll always keep the odd drugstore item if it excites me, or an affordable item if I think it's going to be really, really good and I'm really, really interested in it. I will absolutely review it on my channel. But for the sake of keeping a reasonable budget and a reasonable amount of what I'm spending on my channel and on my makeup that I feature on my channel, I cannot possibly afford to buy every single launch, whether it's drugstore or high-end, if I was not genuinely going to buy it anyway, and that's just how it is, I'm afraid. So I hope that all makes sense. I hope you're not disappointed, I hope you're not upset, and I really hope that no one is offended by me having a different preference or whatever to people who are real huge lovers of the drugstore and the high street makeup. It's really nothing, no reflection on anybody but my own preference and my own situation and the things that I love and what I like to spend my money on. So I hope you found this video useful, and I would love to see you in a future one. Otherwise, take care for now. Bye 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 bye.